everybody. This Eve coming to y'all with another episode of Hit the Sled. On this episode right here, we're going to be talking about the Commanders' win against the New England Patriots. My Commanders won today. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the other games that the important games that were played this week. So stay with me. But before we get started on the episode, hey, follow me. I'm on YouTube at my YouTube channel, Hit the Sled. Not only I'm on YouTube, but also I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow me on those platforms. But hey, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Any improvements or whatever. I truly appreciate it, man. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support, man. I truly do. But like I said, on this episode right here, we're going to be talking about the reaction to Week 9 of National Football League key games. And of course, I got to start with my number one game. Got to talk about the Commanders, Redskins. They got their win. They got their win today. They beat the Patriots, and Sam Howell played well. Sam Howell did a hell of a job today. Sam Howell went 29-45, 325 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The interception was a back-breaking interception in the end zone. You driving to score, throw a crucial pick. But you know what, though? He bounced back from it. He did not let that put him down. That's great. That's very important to see. That is very important to see. He bounced back, especially at the week they had with the trade of Chase Young and Montez Sweat. He bounced back. He did a tremendous job, man. You know, you if you think about it, coming into this game, we all thought, you know, Chase being traded, it might be a little frustration, you know, about everything went on with Chase. But nah, they really played well. Now, granted, they still got issues. Offensive line, you know, still an issue. Eric Bieniemy not running the ball like he's supposed to. That's an issue. But credit to them. They got the win. And that's a good thing. You know, so we're not going to be too negative about them. We're going to take the win. They 4-5. You know, so you got to take it. You got to take the win whenever you can get it. In the National Football League, you never complain for winning. You never complain for winning in the National Football League. You never complain on the win. You take it. You take it, man. Especially after the week they had with the trade of Chase Young, they trade Montez Sweat. You know, all the stuff that went on. You know, they got them. You got to credit to them, man. They bounced back. They bounced back. They played. One of the things I want to talk about is Sam Howell's development. Sam Howell's development. He played well last week against the Eagles. He played well this week against the Patriots. You remember early on in the season, I told y'all, I said, listen, one of the mark you want to keep watching is that as the season goes on, if Sam Howell was putting back-to-back games together, is he being consistent? And we're starting to see the consistency. Now, what he needs to do now is when the plays are there to be made, the big plays, you hit them. When the plays don't make the critical mistakes, those are the most important things. I've been saying this before. Part of Sam Howell's job is be part of the reason why you win, but not the reason why you lose. And if he does that, he has a chance to be successful. Because he's being evaluated. The people that's going to make the decision on Sam Howell is not even in the building yet. The new GM and the new coach. They're not in the building yet. But the owners are watching. Magic is watching. Josh Harris is watching. So Sam Howell got to equip himself. He got to play well. And from what I'm seeing, he's starting to put it together. Now, they go to Seattle next week. We're going to talk about that later on in the week on Hit the Sled. But one of the things I'm going to be looking at is just to say, hey, how's he doing? How's he looking? Is he being consistent? Is he doing everything the right way? That's one of the things, that's one of the most important things that he needs to do. So we're gonna see how that goes was Sam Howell. But he did a tremendous job. He did a tremendous job today. And I like what I'm seeing. He's putting some games together. He's playing well. Obviously, we don't see practice. He could be playing better in practice. But from what I'm seeing, he's doing his thing, man. And you got to credit to him. You got to credit him, man. He's really doing a tremendous job. He really is. He really is. So let's hope he continues, man. Because it's sky's the limit. We're gonna see next week. Now next week when they go to Seattle, now that's a whole nother animal there. On the road, hostile environment, crowd noise. Seattle just got they butt handed to them by the Ravens. We're gonna talk about that. They're gonna be ready to go. That's gonna be a hell of a test. That's a test right there I want to see. I want to see that. How he handles that. How he handles that. That's gonna be a testament to what type of player he is. And I hope it's bad elements. I hope it rains and bad weather, all that stuff. I want to see how he handles it. So we'll see. The other games I want to talk about, from Thursday, you got Pittsburgh over Tennessee. Kenny Pickett. I talked about that briefly last week episode, so we're not going to rehash that. But the game I saw this morning, Miami over Kansas City. Miami and Kansas City, I should say, excuse me. Kansas City winning that thing 21-14. Hey, man, Kansas City got defense. But I'm going to tell you something. The Dolphins showed me a little something today. The Dolphins fought back. They held Pat Mahomes for 20 of 30 for 185 yards. Man, Pat Mahomes only had 185 yards passing. He did throw 2 touchdowns. He fumbled once, which was the beginning of the Dolphins trying to make a comeback. They gained momentum. They was going. They was ripping. They was trying to come. They was trying to go. But Kansas City got defense. Kansas City held Tyreek to 8 catches, 62 yards, no touchdown. They did a real good job on Tyreek. Excellent job on Tyreek. The Dolphins haven't beaten nobody now. Don't get it twisted now. The Dolphins have not beaten anybody. But they played well today, though. I can't really talk too much about the Dolphins. Dolphins going to be hard out. Especially if they get a home game in the playoffs, in the divisional round. They're going to be hard out. They're going to be hard out. The Dolphins are going to they're going to be pretty good. Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, them boys, that run game, they defense a little shaky, but they're pretty good, man. They really are. The Dolphins did a good job today. Next game I'm talking about Seattle against Baltimore. Baltimore punished them peoples, beat them down, 37-3. Hey man. Lamar didn't put up no huge number, 187, but Baltimore ran the ball for 298 yards. And Seattle got defense. They ran the ball for 298 yards, almost 300 yards rushing on an NFL football team. That's impressive. That's impressive. They held Geno. Geno went 13 for 28, less than 50% for 157. Man, Baltimore got it, man. Baltimore got it going from all angles. Baltimore got it going in all angles. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to sustain it, but they got it going from all angles. They are really doing a tremendous job. But the thing is, it's only mid-season. You will want to peak late in the year, but also you got to credit them. They playing well. They beating the people in front of them. They beat Detroit bad 2 weeks ago. They go to Arizona, beat them boys down. They come home, they beat Seattle. And Seattle's playing well coming in there. They had Jim Nance and Tony Romo out there commentating. CBS #1 team was there. And the Ravens handed it to them. So credit John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh got that thing going, man. They got it going, man. They got it going, man. I'm gonna end the night talking about the game of the day. The Eagles against the Cowboys. Man, it was a good game. It was a division game, rivalry game. Philly beat them boys. Philly beat the Cowboys 28-23. Jalen Hurts, he didn't have that great of a game. 17 for 23 for 207 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cowboys did a good job on A.J. Brown. Held him seven catches, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. Devontae Smith didn't really go off either. 3 catches, 51 yards, 1 touchdown. So Cowboy defense did a tremendous job. But it was the offense, man. They played well offensively, though, to give them credit. Dak went off. Dak had 29 for 44, 29 44, 374, 3 touchdowns. He played well. Dak played well. But what happened was the Cowboys came short on 2 occasions that cost them the game. First one was a 4th and goal. They tried to run a little rub route. Schumacher from Michigan, tight end, catches the ball. Knee goes down, touch, down by contact at the 1-inch line. They don't get a touchdown, get a stop. They come back, Dak get the ball, he throws a touchdown in the back of the end zone, the toe rope. They go for 2. Dak scrambles. And he had a clear sail into the end zone trying to stretch the ball. He stepped out of bounds. Going for 2. That would have made it 28-25. And late in the game, Dallas had another possession because Philly ended up fumbling, had a punt. They recovered, had a punt. And they get the ball, they go down the field. But because they didn't get that 2-point conversion, they couldn't kick a field goal to tie it. And they had to score a touchdown. And they ended up getting a personal foul, getting a sack. Next thing you know, game over. So when they say football is a game of inches, literally today, the Cowboys lost because of inches. Cowboys a good team, man. Dallas is a good team. They're going to be there at the end. Philly is stacking wins. Philly is not as good as they were last year. Defensively, they're not as good. Their defensive front is not getting pressure like they were last year. And their secondary is not playing well. Coming into the season, I said on Hit the Sled, I said that the Eagles got a lot of young people. They got a lot of young guys on the defensive line and linebacker position, and let's see how they cope. And they have not been as potent. They did lose their defensive coordinator as well. That's part of the change. So it's taking them a long time to get readjusted to their new DC. They got these new players in there. So it's taking them a lot of time. And you can clearly see it. The Eagles are not as good as they were last year, but the most important thing, they stacking wins. The 49ers got 3 losses. Seattle got 3 losses. There are teams out here that are not playing as potent as they should. And the Eagles just stacking wins. The Cowboys losing games. So it's one of those things, man, where the Eagles are stacking wins, but the Cowboys are a good team. I can honestly say the Cowboys are a good football team. Defensively, they are really good up front. They got some guys up there. Now, Michael Parsons didn't play too well. One thing I'm keep my eye on. Michael Parsons, whenever they play on grass, he is not as explosive as he is playing on that turf in Dallas. He doesn't seem to have that same burst. He had a sack today. Yeah, he got a sack. And I'm not saying he played poorly, but he's not the same disruptive force. And the Eagles' offensive line is one of the best, if not the best offensive line in pro football. But Micah didn't do much. His name was not called that often. So credit to the Cowboys' offensive line. But credit to the Eagles' offensive line. And it's one of those things where I just believe that this thing is gonna go late in the year. It really is. It's gonna go late in the year. Redskins could get a couple wins. We play Dallas Thanksgiving. I hate when we do, but we got them on Thanksgiving, so we'll see. So it's gonna be hell of a. It's gonna be season. The season is. You can start looking at the playoff map, man. It's November. You really can pay attention to it. You pay attention in the NFL, you pay attention to the Dolphins. Cincinnati, they playing the Bills right now as we speak. Cincinnati coming on, man. Joe Burrow is healthy again. Joe Burrow is playing well. Cincinnati is going to be a problem. They really are. Cincinnati going to be a problem. But, man, this is going to be the episode of Hit the Sled, my reaction to Week 9 of the National Football League. Hey, man, follow me. But not only follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, but leave your comments, hit the like videos, hit the like button on my videos. I truly appreciate y'all, man, following me and everything, all the support. Man, we only getting started. This thing about to get going. This thing about to kick off, man. Trust me when I'm telling you. Trust me, we got more and more things coming down the line. Trust me, hit the sled. Appreciate y'all.